Good morning.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, look who's here today on Fitness Fridays with me.
Welcome to Fitness Fridays with Michael and Tina. I'm Michael.
I'm Tina.
And we are driving down to a really special event right now.
Where are we going, Michael?
Well,
because nobody on Facebook knows, because I haven't been talking about it all week. We are heading to the United Center, to the National Achievers Congress. Tony Robbins, head speaker. Gary V. It's going to be Dean Graziosi, Joe McLeodin, Kevin O'Leary.
Oh,
From
Mr.
the
Wonderful.
Shark Tank. Mr. Wonderful, we have to get an autograph from you.
Yes.
Mia wants an autograph from Mr. Wonderful himself, because she said, what did she say to us last night? Mia said, get an autograph.
And tell him that I have been inspired by you, Kevin O'Leary, and I'm going to be Entrepreneurial Woman of the Year.
Yeah, she says, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, and tell him I watch him all the time.
With her fashion design company.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yes, super great.
But why, Tina, let's explain to our listeners. You know, we're all about fitness, right? But here we are, we're dressed up, which you hardly ever see us.
Look at me, dressed up.
Yeah.
Check me out. Check me out in a dress.
I'm in a shirt and tie, a shirt and jacket, I should say.
No tie today.
A button down, but why?
And
what does this
we're
have
also drinking coffee.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, we stopped for Dunkin' Donuts. It's my fave.
Here we go.
My favorite Dunkin' Donuts. So cheers. Who's got the coffee out? Because we're pumped this morning.
We're pumped.
Just when we need coffee.
So Tina, let's get into some meat and potatoes here.
Okay.
Healthy meat, healthy potatoes. Gonna probably have to steady that camera somehow.
Okay, so
put your hand on the top of your laptop.
Let me
there.
let me tag Ron and Raquel right here. But
okay,
so this is gonna be, I'm holding the camera. Let's see.
Can you just rest your arm on the top of the thing?
Will that work?
Wow. Okay, maybe that would, with the sunroof in the back.
I think that's not gonna work.
Okay.
It looks like we're doing a movie.
Yeah. So we're going down to an event like this with Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, by the way, I'll tell a story in a minute. But why is it important for fitness, right? What does this have to do with fitness? Well, as trainers, Tina and I have both been motivators. And as motivators, we need a lot of energy. And to get that energy, we have to be charged up, right? We have to plug in to a battery charge. And we have to sharpen our tools and sharpen our skills. Tina, just rest your hand on this so it steadies it.
Let's see if we do that. We're going to try that. Michael's stressing out the camera.
Well, we're going to make people sick.
We're good. Now they're good. Well, how's that, everybody? Nobody's sick yet. Everybody's good, right, guys?
All right.
You're good. How's that view?
Watch this. I'm going to hold it.
Oh, he's going to hold it, drive, and drink his coffee.
Hold my coffee, babe. Okay. So what we're trying to say is the motivation that we get from events like this is absolutely imperative in your life. You can't just go day to day. Now, of course, we read the Bible, we read inspirations daily, and that's where a lot of our juice comes from. But maybe that's not for everyone. Okay, no problem. Then you go and you surround yourself with people who are, in my opinion, greater than me, more spectacular than me, more successful than me, right?
We always say we don't want to be the best one in the room, right?
Yeah, you don't want to be the smartest guy, the smartest girl in the room. And for a reason. Because you want to get better. And when you put yourself in a room or in an environment with people who are better than you, and when I say better, not as a better person, but better in whatever your core function is, your core competency, your trade craft, right? Let's talk about people who are in the fitness field. Wow, there's so many people that we've aspired to. I mean, Body by Jake many years ago was the guru of fitness, and I wanted to be like him. That's why I started my pilgrimage out to the West Coast. I was on my way to California, stopped in Chicago and fell in love with Chicago. Now we live in Indiana.
Okay, what's your Tony Robbins story? Let's talk about that.
Okay, my Tony Robbins story is back in 1991, I was a stockbroker I worked for a penny stock company. Well, needless to say, those were the days of Boiler Room. They made movies about it.
Right.
I didn't know. I was following others, the owners of the company.
Right.
Long story short, I ended up going bankrupt. I was making a ton of money, and then the SEC shut us down. The company I worked for said you cannot trade stocks anymore. Down on my luck, depressed.
And that depressed you, right?
Major.
Now, how did fitness help you through that? Was fitness a big...
Yeah, it was the only thing I held on to, but I still had trouble going to the gym because my self-esteem, my self-worth was down. So when I looked in the mirror, it didn't matter how many muscles I had. I was empty inside. I didn't have...
Because, excuse me, Michael and I are also entrepreneurs, right? We've run our own fitness businesses.
For 35 plus years.
So we weren't just... fitness enthusiasts or fitness professionals. We wanted to actually run our own business. But
back then I was a stockbroker, to stay with the story.
Yeah.
So I remember coming to Chicago on a business trip when I was going through the bankruptcy, and at that time I had about 7 credit cards. I had maybe $150,000 of credit. Well, I remember going to the McCormick Center, which is now, I think, a Hyatt.
Yeah, I think so.
At McCormick Place. And in front of me, in a lobby filled with people, they cut up 6 of those credit cards. It was embarrassing, humiliating, frustrating. I remember sitting there. I only could laugh in front of my friends because otherwise I would have cried. It was a real low point. I was 31 years old. I went back to Rochester, New York, where I was living. I literally was sitting one night, 3 o'clock in the morning, wide awake, in a beanbag chair with a small TV.
Wow, this is depressing me.
On a milk crate. True story. And 3 in the morning, this guy comes on, Tony Robbins, personal power program.
Never heard of him before that?
Never heard of him before. I said, who is this guy? I tried to turn it off. I went to another station. I didn't want to be motivated. I was depressed. I wanted to wallow in my own depression. Bump.
Speed bump.
Long story short, I went to another channel, and there he was again. So he was all over the airwaves back then doing infomercials. I sat and listened, and I tell you, I had the best cry of my life. And then I got up, and I remembered I had 1 credit card left in a drawer that I threw in there because it was like, maybe it was a $5,000 limit, and I was used to $25,000, $50,000 limits, and it shouldn't have worked. But by the grace of God, I called up at 3 in the morning.
And your credit card.
And my credit card worked for $149.
Great
I couldn't believe it. So I knew it was destiny. And I listened to that personal power, 30-day personal power program 3, 4, 5 times over, and it absolutely changed my life. So from then until now.
How did it change it?
It changed it because I stopped feeling sorry for myself.
Yep.
And it said, it's okay. Failure is okay.
Right.
And that we worry about that, like with fitness.
Even with fitness,
you're going to have a bad day. You're going to eat bad food. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Get back up on your bicycle, so to speak.
Yes.
And go and try to be successful the next day. Okay, I'm not feeling great about my body now. I've been on the road a lot, as you know. I haven't been here. I've been traveling a lot. I'm missing meals. I'm missing workouts. I've got to provide for my family. I'm placing priorities, right? But...
And that happens for all of us.
Right.
That happens to all of us. So we were trying to say, we know that you all have goals. We know that you all have goals, and that you come into the gym and you want it instantly. You want instant gratification. And you're beating yourself up if it doesn't happen in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And we're saying, just to stay with it, we need to be positively, we need to be surrounded by positive
inspired.
people.
We need to be inspired.
And that's what Michael and I have always been trying to do. Right? That's why we do that for you guys. We want you to come in. Go ahead. Yep.
Tony Robbins convinced me to get up in front of people. And my bio often reads...
Change arms because,
Yeah. Try to brace your other arm with your hand, honey.
Yeah, I'm good.
Your elbow here.
I mean, yeah, that's too low. Go ahead.
But we... He gave me, my bio used to say, for the last 40 years, I've been educating, motivating, and inspiring individuals to live their healthy lives. Tony Robbins said, hey, pick something, live with passion. He always said that at the end of his tapes. Live with passion. Don't go out and just make a living. Live with passion. So I said, well, what am I passionate about? I was passionate about fitness. I was a former bodybuilder, and I love lifting weights. So I said, let me teach people how to do this for themselves and help them live a healthy life, because that was the one thing I could always rely on, was my health and fitness and my ability to feel good, feel strong, feel accomplished, and then inspire other individuals. But without his confidence, without just listening to him. Today, I just want to listen to these people. At the age of 59, you're never too late. You're never too old to learn. I want to learn more information, but people like the Tony Robbins, the Zig Ziglars, the John Maxwell, the Stephen Coveys, the Stephen Gilberts that I listen to.
Right. So this is all good. This is all feeding your mind, right?
Yeah.
This is all mental. This is all for good mental fitness too. That's what we're trying to say to people today.
Right, because you're going to have to listen and hear those voices of these inspirational people. And of course, a lot of them are all millionaires and billionaires. Okay, great.
We want to hear that part.
We like that too. But, you know, if we fall short of it, so what? We want to get as successful or become as successful as we can. You just can't do it alone.
That's right.
And again, as you and I know...
We need to be coached. We need to be motivated. We need to be inspired and encouraged, which is what Michael and I have always tried to do in this business and in this industry with all of you. Right?
Now, my wife... Yeah, exactly, Tina. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
My wife says, don't get political today. I'm not. But I am going to say this. One of the best business books I ever read in 1987, holding on to the Pelham 123 train going down to Manhattan to go to work, was The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. He was a tremendous, successful businessman many years ago, as we all know. He taught me how to negotiate deals. I met Malcolm Forbes from Forbes magazine. I worked for Malcolm Forbes. He shook my hand one day, and because I was successful with the mailing list business for his magazine, he said, Michael, you're a winner. That stayed with me forever. So I think I'm a winner all the time, because I had certain people instill in me that believe in yourself, don't be afraid to fail. Talk about failure, Tina, because that's a big one for a lot of people.
That people have fear of failure.
Yes. Don't you?
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay.
Something that we've all had to overcome. I'm just watching to make sure we don't get crushed here.
I'm in control. I'm in charge.
Oh, you're in charge. Right.
We're in traffic.
But yeah, we do all struggle, and I see that all the time in the gym. I see everybody coming down on themselves because they think they haven't reached their goals that they set for themselves, and we're just trying to say that
it's okay. You have to fail.
It's okay, and that's something that it's taken me a long time and many years to get over, because I hate to fail. I think that's just the competitor in me as well. I mean,
we were watching CNBC last night, Shark Tank, one of our favorite shows, and a guy named Marcus Lemonis comes on for a kind of a PSA, okay, about business. Now, we know Marcus personally because we were on his reality show, The Prophet. Some of you remember. But he was talking about entrepreneurship, and he was saying, right, the theme was, many people don't succeed in business. Why? Because they're afraid to fail.
And they don't believe in themselves. You have to believe in yourself.
But
you have to invest in yourself.
But failure, Tina, leads people to not believe in themselves. Instead of looking at it as part of the process. Tony Robbins taught me a lot of years ago. Failure is success turned inside out. Whoa.
Right.
What does that mean?
Powerful stuff.
I couldn't even comprehend that. What does that mean? And it means, just like baseball, right? You know I love my baseball metaphors. A Hall of Famer bats 300. 300 means you failed 7 out of 10 times. Struck out, popped out, or grounded out. Wow! And you're in the Hall of Fame? You're going to make millions of dollars, and you've only succeeded 30%? Let me tell you, in the sales world, if you close 30% of your deals, you're a superstar. You're good.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
That's right.
So every time I hear a no on the phone, I go, I'm that much closer to yes. Every time you're in the gym and you get on the scale and it doesn't say, okay, I'm that much closer to dropping that LB. My body is fighting me. It's giving me resistance. Right? Remember, as I talked to my cousin down in Texas, hypothalamus, reprogram it. We're reprogramming our hypothalamus. Don't become addicted to failure, to feeling bad about yourself. Surround yourself and infuse yourself with information that makes you feel great about yourself. I mean, I'm even feeling better about myself today.
Already.
My
God.
So
we're going to wrap up today. We said we'd do it a little bit shorter since we're heading downtown, but Michael's clearly pumped up and maybe going to jump on the stage today. Let's see what's going to happen.
With T. Robbins. Live with passion.
So if we can, I'm going to try to do a little live while we're actually at the event.
Probably not going to be allowed.
Okay, well, I'm going to...
Just don't want you getting taken away by security, Tina.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying, babe.
Tragic. I'm going to see if I can achieve spending 12 hours with Michael today.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa, we better check in. I may be dead.
Let me see
I may be dead.
Y'all check in on me and see how I'm doing. So I'm going to see if I can put the camera up while we're in the event live and just give you guys a little glimpse of what it is. So what we're just trying to tell y'all is that we want you to dream big. We want you to believe that you can achieve it. You've got to work though. I mean, Michael and I, this is work. We're working at it.
I'm exhausted.
We booked this event on purpose. We did this on purpose. You got to go to the gym on purpose. You got to eat right on purpose.
Right.
You got to do it because you want to do it.
Yeah, well
because
said.
if you're dreaming it and you believe it,
you can
to achieve it is on you. So y'all got to do the work. I mean, we know that that's tough, but like Michael said, he's been traveling, he's on the road. I mean, but we booked this out and we made this commitment and we're sticking to it. This would have been a very easy thing to say, you know what? We've done this before in the past. We've both been guilty of looking at each other when we've pre-booked something and go, oh God, I'm tired. You want to cancel? Yep, let's cancel.
And that is cardinal sin number one. You always must show up.
Right.
You can't be successful without showing up, like in the gym.
And if you have a partner, you need to, if they're trying to cancel anything or get out of their commitment, you have to pump them back up. You have to turn it around and say, no, absolutely not. You're not giving up on this. You're not quitting this. You're not quitting on yourself. You're going. That's very important. We need that support system. And if you're not getting it, then I encourage you to go get one. Find somebody, surround yourself with people that are going to support you and not criticize you or put you down, right? Michael and I have both come from places where we've been exposed to that, and it's
that's a segment we're going to come up with soon about the negative reinforcement that at times we grow up with in our childhoods, and we take them into our adulthood.
Yeah, subconsciously. We don't even know it. A lot of us don't even know that we were surrounded by the negative that we were. Or we do know, but we don't realize it's affecting us in our adult life.
It is. It's just really challenging, and it could be damaging. That's why we parents have to rear our children and remember.
Encourage.
We always say we don't want to become like our parents with our children. You got to watch that. You got to take care. And if you had great parents, then of course emulate them. Be like them.
But be aware of that. Be aware of the encouraging and the motivating and the inspiring. Again, I think why Michael and Aaron have such fire in our hearts for that, for all of you. We want to make sure that we're motivating and encouraging, because we know what it's like to be beat down. We know what it's like to not have a support system. We know what it's like to have someone squashing your dreams or making you feel like maybe you can't do that.
Or you shouldn't do that.
Or you shouldn't do that.
Too risky. Yeah. Oh, don't risk it.
Yeah, no, you can't. Or you're never, what are you going to go to the gym for? I've heard this from women. I think I've mentioned this before, that, they've had a husband that's like, what are you going to go to the gym for? We're going to do another gym membership. We're going to pay for it again. You're not going to stick to it. I mean, that's just constant. You're right. You're not going to stick to it if you got that constantly coming at you.
Remember this, Norman Vincent Peale was another inspirational individual for me. The power
Who's
of
that? Tell
He's
them
the author of The Power of Positive Thinking. Mm-hmm. He also said, life is 10% what happens and 90% how we handle it, right?
Yes.
So we know that. And I fail at that every day. Come on.
Get yourselves a book, guys. We're going to on the recap, make sure that you go to our website, sensationallife.com, and sign up for our email, because I always send a recap of Fitness Fridays, and we are going to list some books for you that have been tremendous. Now, Michael's way older than me. Like, way older.
Now, look, there's an accident there because some two idiots were holding a cell phone and doing a show. But we didn't crash yet because I'm a good driver.
Oh, wow. So we are going to make sure that we put in the recap, I'm going to give you a list of books that we've read over the years. And like I said, Michael's read even more than me.
My uncle taught me. I never read as a kid. He taught me when I got into business, read everything.
It's really important.
You know, when you talk to somebody who's highly intelligent, you know why they are. They read a lot. They just read a lot. It doesn't just come to you. When you know a lot about current events and different things, but
yeah, inspirational books and motivational books too are great.
Trains your brain.
Yeah, it really helps with the brain.
Right.
And in this world too, right now, I'm very concerned about social media. As we have a 10-year-old daughter who's asking for a phone, and I'm polling people right now who's getting their 10-year-old daughter or son, a cell phone, and
why?
With the potential of them being exposed to social media. Social media, I pulled some friends, some of my own personal friends, and they said most of the responses coming back, by the way, on that were, which I haven't even shared with you, the phone has made the child completely they're more moody with the phone.
Yeah.
Like their mood swings, they took the phone away or they grounded them from the phone, they were like back on earth. So I'm kind of perplexed about that. Michael and I are both perplexed about getting our 10-year-old daughter a phone. So if anybody has any words of advice on if we should get her the phone, don't get her the phone. I think now you can make sure that they're not on social media on the phone. They can just text
But listen to this. Let me hit you with some knowledge.
Uh-oh.
The World Health Organization just came out the other day, World Health Organization, and said that children under the age of 10 should only have 1 hour of screen time. One.
Which we've always said.
Actually, I apologize. It was 6 years old and younger.
For 1 hour.
For 1 hour. Right. Because the number one, the blue light is not good for your eyes, as Dr. Vaught told us.
Blue light.
And also, it's not good for the brain. Believe it or not, we can learn from computers, off of computers, no doubt.
Yeah.
But we're talking about getting intertwined with the propaganda that is being fed to us by certain institutions, companies, and channels.
But again, read the book, right? We're saying this is another great reason to go read, or to encourage your children to read, or to encourage your children to go get some exercise. Sign them up for a sport. We did a segment on gymnastics last week. Gymnastics is amazing for the kids. Dr. Vaught, if the WHO is giving guidelines, it's much worse than that. Dr. Vaught, while you're watching, throw up there, why is the blue light so bad for us? Why is it such a negative effect? Which, Dr. Vaught, you should be very happy I'm in the sun right now. I know it's through the window, and that's not the best, but I am getting some vitamin D right now, which feels amazing. Also heard it's going to be spring today and winter tomorrow. That was just a quick weather on the nines.
Yeah, weather on the nines.
Weather on the nines. It's going to be spring today. And I kind of feel like I could be a weather woman
Ginger
today.
Z.
I'm dressed up, and I all of a sudden feel like I could be a weather
What's the precipitation?
I don't know the precipitation, but not important because there is no rain, no clouds in the sky. It's looking good. So the sports are great for the kids. We encourage that as well. So books we're encouraging for the kids, and exercise, gymnastics,
healthy
soccer,
body, healthy mind,
baseball.
But you got to train the mind as well.
Make them get in something, and I don't care. I mean, how many of them are sitting on the ones that don't want to go do something, are the ones that want to sit and play Fortnite all freaking day? So get them off of that. That's on you. You as the parent have to say, nope, you're going to sports.
Yep.
And put your foot down on that. We're both very firm on that.
Yep.
So again, guys, okay, we're gonna wrap. Oh wait, blue light. Dr. Vaught, let's get his answer first. Blue light from screens are unbalanced and cause cellular damage, as well as addiction. This is for adults too, by the way.
Yeah.
Addiction, and it destroys your melatonin.
Oh.
Come on. So some of the things Dr. Vaught told us to do about the screens is we should lower the light on your screen.
Right, the brightness.
And you shouldn't be looking at that light first thing in the morning now, which I have a horrible habit of because of my alarm. I always turn my alarm off. April says we should teach them to plant a garden and grow the good food. Wow, you're absolutely right, April. Wouldn't that be wonderful if we could do that all year round?
Yeah.
But I guess we can get a greenhouse for that. I don't know.
So, just capping off here, kids.
Capping off.
We are we're on the wonderful Edens. We're in bumper to bumper.
Yeah, look it. We're in terrible traffic.
But that's okay. We're getting to it. We're very excited. We really are about everything going on here, and we're gonna
hit you with some knowledge. We're gonna get pumped up today.
Yeah.
Because Michael and I, we got coffee, and we're gonna have Tony Robbins. God help us all. We're gonna get pumped, and we're gonna hopefully bring some great knowledge back to all of you to keep you motivated and excited. Special guests tomorrow, training at 8 a.m. with me in the gym. This guy right here, who taught me everything I know about fitness.
Oh, well, thank you.
Wow.
Tony Sardi, here I come.
Tony Sardi, we're going to do some deadlifting tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
8 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you're not already signed up, you should get signed up for strength training at Midwest with yours truly and Michael Sena.
So until the next time, this is Michael and Tina wishing both of you the best of health. And remember, live with passion.
Oh, I like that.
See you later,
Have
everybody.
a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Health and happiness. Bye-bye.